Nandana Braja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yamunatira Vanachari Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Braja Jana Yamunatira Vanachari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Nitai Gaura Hare Bo Hare Bo Hare Bo Nitai Gaura Hare Bo Gaura Hare Bo Nitai Gaura Hare Bo Hare Krishna Prabhu Srila Prabhupada ki Srimad Bhagavatam Mahapuranam ki Gaura Premanande. So Prabhu told me to speak from Bhagavatam and he said I can choose a verse. Today is speaker's choice, Tuesday. Then I thought of speaking from this verse from 5th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, where demigods are speaking, they are glorifying the devotee and the Lord. So, we'll read from Canto 5, Chapter 18 and text number 12. If you have on your phone, you can just look at it. Okay. Bande Gurun Isha Bhaktan Isham Ishavatarakan Tat Prakasham Satat Sakti Krishna Chaitanya Sangyakam Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे वञ्चाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो महवदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नाम्ने गौरतिसे नमः। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी। मदेकबन्धुमत्सङ्गीन् मद्गुरो मन्महाधन मन्निस्तारकमद्भाग्य मदानन्दनमस्तु ते। असाधु साधुतादायिन् अतीनीचतारक हानमञ्च कदाचिन्मां प्रेम्नारित्कण्ठय स्फुर। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 5, Chapter 18. The residents of Jambudip offer prayers. Text number 12. Jasyasti bhaktir bhagavatya kinchana sarvair gunaistatra samasate suraha. हरावभक्तस्य कुतो महद्गुणा मनोरथेना सति धावतो बहिः। जस्यास्ति भक्तिर्भगवत्य किंचना सर्वैर्गुणैस्तत्र समासते सुरः। हरावभक्तस्य कुतो महद्गुणा मनोरथेना सति धावतो बहिः। जस्यास्ति भक्तिर्भगवत्य किंचना सर्वैर्गुणैस्तत्र समासते सुराः। हरावभक्तस्य कुतो महद्गुणा मनोरथेना सति धावतो बहिः। please repeat?
Yasati bhaktir bhagavati akinchana.
Yasyasti bhaktir bhagavati akinchana.
Sarver gunastatra samaste suraha.
Sarve gunastatra samasate suraha.
Rava bhakta shakuta mahadguna.
Aravatasya kuto mahatguna.
Manoratena satita vatuvati.
Manoratena satita vatovani.
Mataji? Jasyasti bhaktir bhagavatya kinchana.
Sarve gunastatra samasate suraha.
Rava bhaktasya kuto mahadguna. Manorathena sati dhavato vahi. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki, Ijasya, of whom, Asti, there is, Bhakti, devotional service, Bhagavati, to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Akinchana, without any motive, Sarvahi, with all, Gunahi, good qualities, Tatra, there, in that person, Samasate, reside, Suraha, all the demigods, Harau, unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Abhaktasya, of a person who is not devotee, Kutaha, where, Mahadgunaha, good qualities, Manorathena, by mental speculation, Asti, in the temporary material world, sorry, Asati, in the temporary material world, Dhāvataha, who is running, Bahi, outside. Translation: all the demigods and their exalted qualities, such as religion, knowledge, and renunciation, become manifest in the body of one who has developed unalloyed devotion for the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vasudeva. On the other hand, a person devoid of devotional service and engaged in material activities has no good qualities, even if he is adept at the practice of mystic yoga or the honest endeavor of maintaining his family and relatives. He must be driven by his own mental speculation and must engage in the service of the Lord's external energy. How can there be any good qualities in such a man? Purport. As explained in the text, in the next verse, Krishna is the original source of all living entities. This is confirmed in Bhagavad Gita 15.7, wherein Krishna says, Mamai vamsho jiva loke jiva bhuta sanatana Mana sastanindriyani prakriti sthani karshati. The living entities in this conditioned world are my eternal fragmental parts. Due to conditioned life, they are struggling very hard with the six senses, which include the mind. All living entities are part and parcel of Krishna, and therefore, when they revive their original Krishna consciousness, they possess all the good qualities of Krishna in a small quantity. When one engages himself in the 9 processes of devotional service, Sravanam Kirtanam Vishnu, Sravanam Padasevanam, Archanam Vandanam Dasyam Sakhyam Atmanivedanam, one's heart becomes purified and he immediately understands his relationship with Krishna. He then revives his original quality of Krishna consciousness. In the Adilila of Chaitanya Charitamrita, chapter 8, there is a description of some of the qualities of demigods, qualities of devotees. For example, Sri Pandit Haridas is described as being very well behaved, tolerant, peaceful, magnanimous, and grave. In addition, he spoke very sweetly. His endeavors were very pleasing. He was always patient. He respected everyone. He always worked for everyone's benefit. His mind was free of duplicity, and she was completely devoid of all malicious activities. These are all originally qualities of Krishna, and when one becomes a devotee, they automatically become manifest. Sri Krishnadas Kaviraj, the author of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, says that all good qualities become manifest in the body of a Vaishnava, and that only by the presence of these good qualities can one distinguish a Vaishnava from a non-Vaishnava. Krishnadas Kaviraj lists the following 26 good qualities of a Vaishnava. He is very kind to everyone. He does not make anyone his enemy. He is truthful. He is equal to everyone. No one can find any fault in him. He is magnanimous. He is mild. He is always clean. He is without possessions. He works for everyone's benefit. He is very peaceful. He is always surrendered to Krishna. He has no material desires. He is very meek. He is steady. He controls his senses. He does not eat more than required. He is not influenced by the Lord's illusory energy. He offers respect to everyone. He does not desire any respect for himself. He is very grave. He is merciful. He is friendly. He is poetic. He is expert. He is silent. So, this is one of the very important verse in Srimad Bhagavatam, which is describing a Vaishnava. And here the demigods are praying that one who is always attached to hear or glorify the glorious activities of Mukunda, the personality of Godhead. Who will not desire to associate with such a devotee? That means when one associates with a devotee who is always relishing the nectar flowing from the toe of the Mukunda, he can very quickly attain perfection in one's life. And that is the way of attaining perfection. So having said that, now he is saying, Jasyasti bhakti bhagavatya kinchana sarvai gunestatra samasate sura harav bhaktasya kuta mahadguna manorathena sati dhavata vahi. Now, he is speaking that when the dirt in one's mind is eradicated, then what is the result? That's what is being discussed here. Jasya. Jasya means of whom, Prabhupada translates. So who is that person? Having totally cleansed of the material contamination. That person, when there is no material contamination in the mind of such a devotee, what happens to him? Jasya asti. At that time, he attains to the akinchana bhakti. So akinchana bhakti means, as Prabhupada describes, without any motive, means niskam bhakti. He is not performing devotional service with a desire to attain something in the material plane. Normally, we see people, they take to some religious practice because they have some material desires to attain. That's why they take to some ritualistic performances. And unfortunately, people, they feel that is bhakti. That is bhakti. Who are misguided, they consider that is bhakti. But actually, in the explanation of the Vaishnavas, that is not actually pure devotional service. So, akinchana bhakti, Srila Prabhupada in one of his lectures, he explains that he is referring to this anyabhilasida sunyam jnana karma dhyanabritam anukullena krishnam silanam bhakti uttama. He is referring to this akinchana bhakti as the practice of Shuddha bhakti, pure devotional service. What is pure devotional practice? That's what Prabhupada, he gives a hint in his purport. When one engages himself in the 9 processes of devotional service, Sravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smaranam, Padasevanam, Archanam, Bandhanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atma Nivedanam. So this is actually Shuddha Bhakti, because one is not supposed to practice this Sravanam and Kirtanam to satisfy his material desire. Neither a jnani should practice this Sravanam Kirtanam Bhakti just to cultivate oneness of the soul. No, that is not the cultivation of Shuddha Bhakti. Therefore, it is said that when one, by the practice of pure devotional service, like we chanted this verse, Nasta prayesu abhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya. How does the impurities in mind becomes completely eradicated? Nasta prayesu abhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya. So, when one is regularly reciting Srimad Bhagavatam, by regularly hearing Srimad Bhagavatam and rendering service unto the pure devotees, all the contaminations that are troublesome to the heart is destroyed. Then loving service unto the Supreme Lord is established in the heart. That happens when the contaminations are eradicated. So therefore, Further, he is describing that when a person who, by the practice of Niskama Bhakti, his mind is completely pure, and in that pure state of consciousness, when he practices bhakti, devotional service unto the personality of Godhead, at that time the Lord becomes very pleased with such a devotee. When Lord becomes pleased with the devotee, sarvai gunais tatra samasate sura. So here, Prabhupada in translation, he mentions that all the demigods and their exalted qualities such as religion, knowledge and renunciation become manifest in the body of one who has developed unalloyed devotion for the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Interestingly, when the same thing Prabhupada is translating in the purport, he says all the qualities of Krishna become manifest in such a person. He is saying these are all original qualities of Krishna. When one becomes a devotee, they automatically become manifest. Very interesting. Because sarvai gunais tatra samasate sura. Sura means demigods. And at the same time, a Vaishnava, when he is engaged in devotional service, in Chaitanya Charitamrita it is explained, Krishnera jateka gun bhaktira sanchare. Means all the qualities of Krishna become automatically manifest in a devotee of Lord Krishna. And at that time, what happens? Manarathena sati, or then in other words, he is explaining what happens to a non-devotee. Sometimes we have seen those who are not devotee of Lord Krishna, they also study scripture, right? They are also very learned in the Vedic literature. So what happens to them? So do they gain all these good qualities in them? No, that's why here they are saying, no, the non-devotees, those who are not devotees of the Lord, they don't get these good qualities. Why? What happens to them? Even though Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is saying, those who are non-devotees, they may have knowledge of the scripture, but they will have all the bad qualities in them. What kind of bad qualities? Sometimes you find these people are envious and they are not very tolerant to see the good qualities in others. Matsarata, Irsa and Matsarata. Irsa means envy and Matsarata means one is not tolerant, one is not able to see the good qualities in others. So, if somebody just having good knowledge of scripture, or he is making a show of his knowledge, at the same time he is very envious to the devotees of the Lord. In fact, here Vaishnava he is friendly to all and he offers respect to everyone. We can see the difference. A Vaishnava is one who is ready to offer respect to everyone. Then how can he become envious of anyone, or how can he cultivate the mood of judging others that how they are inferior to him, they are not having good qualities? Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he also speaks about a Vaishnava. He says the general dharma, the general quality of a devotee is, even a general human being, he will always respect others. This is sadhana dharma, common religious principles to be practiced. by one and all. So then you can imagine a Vaishnava, he definitely offers respect to everyone. Means he understands what is whose qualification. According to their qualities, he offers them respect. Neither he tries to glorify them just to get some kind of recognition from such kind of people, nor does he unnecessarily condemn someone just to make a show of his power or knowledge or his position. No, that is not the quality of a Vaishnava. So then those who are non-devotees, who are, he is saying here in this verse it is said that harava bhaktasya kuta mahadguna abhaktasya. Those who are non-devotee, what happens to them? They don't have these good qualities. Why? Manorathena sati dhavata vahi. Asati. Asati means Vishaya sukhe manorathena bahi dhavati. Vishaya sukhe means their mind is mostly engaged in experiencing material happiness. And bahi dhavati, he is going outside. What does it mean? Bahi means he is engaged in labha, puja, pratishtha, sukha. Means whatever he is doing, at the back of his mind, he is thinking how I can gain some material profit, or how people going to offer me respect, or he is just considering, calculating in his mind how by the execution of such activities he is going to become happy. Means he is trying to control the situation without being dependent on the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And he is an asati, and his mind, manorathena sati dhavata. Riding on the chariot of mind, he is always going outward. And this abhakta have been defined as Srila Prabhupada, he is saying, on the other hand, a person devoid of devotional service means is a non-devotee, a bhakta, and engaged in material activities has no good qualities. This have been defined as those who are mostly engaged in releasing griha sukha, or too much attached to materialistic life. They cannot have any good qualities. Then he is speaking about the jnanis. Even if he is adept at the practice of mystic yoga or the honest endeavor of maintaining his family and relatives. I said, no, the griha sukha, he is explaining, Prabhupada is saying, sorry. He is saying, here abhakta means he is very, or the honest endeavor of maintaining his family and relatives. Here, honest endeavor to maintain his family and relatives means actually he is very much attached to such kind of family life. This should be understood. Means he thinks that is the only duty he needs to perform. Well, in our Krishna consciousness, we don't tell that, a devotee, a grihastha, should not take care of his family members, or he should neglect his family members. We don't say that. We say they have to maintain their family. How they should maintain their family, with what kind of consciousness? He understands, a Vaishnava, he knows that, well, Krishna is the maintainer, first of all. Krishna, he maintains everybody, and he is maintaining my family also. Then whatever service I am doing, actually I am doing this on behalf of the Supreme Lord. He is maintaining, but I am doing this service on his behalf. They are his devotees and I have to take care of them. So he does not identify so much with bodily relations. He is my wife, he is my children, and my father, mother. Yeah, they are Vaishnavis. They are also devotees. And I have to take care of them. I have to maintain them. So in that way, what happens? He is not very much attached to this family life. Because he understands that is a duty he has to do. Everybody is here practicing Krishna consciousness. They are devotees of the Lord. So he is facilitating that service for them. So in that way, he doesn't become so much attached. And he is also, you can say, honestly endeavoring to maintain his family members. That's a true honesty. But when here Prabhupada is maintaining, saying that, or the honest endeavor of maintaining his family and relatives, he is relating it to the non-devotee, means he is very much attached in a gross platform. That is the point. He must be driven by his own mental speculation. What? This lava, puja, pratishtha, he will be thinking of attaining it, and therefore driven by his own mental speculation and must engage in the service of the Lord's external energy. Maya sukha. Maya sukha pavaro mudmahata vimudhan. How can there be any good qualities in such a man? Then Prabhupada is kind of, he is enlisting the 26 qualities of a Vaishnava. So one who becomes a devotee of the Lord, not only the demigods become manifest in his body, not only the qualities of the demigod become manifest in his body, but all the divine 26 qualities of a Vaishnava becomes fully manifest. Therefore, one who is engaged in serving Krishna, he doesn't need to serve demigods separately. Why? Aham adihi devanam maharshinam cha sarvasa. Krishna is saying he is the source of all the demigods, even the rishis, right? And there is another verse which explains about the qualities. Sarva deva maya guru. Right? All the demigods, they reside in the body of a guru because he is representing Krishna. So here either you serve a pure devotee of the Lord, or when you come to temple to serve the Lord, automatically all the demigods are served. So there is no need of doing any service for the demigods. So these qualities of the Vaishnavas are, he starts with, is very kind to everyone, and ends with, he is silent. Silent means he opens his mouth when he knows it is required to open. Rest of the time, he just keep quiet. He opens his mouth when it is really necessary. Rest of the time, he is keeping quiet. It means, sometimes you will see there are some devotees who see certain things but they don't talk actually. Because they feel, if I talk to this person, I don't know how he is going to take it. Even Shastra says, somebody who is a guru, spiritual master, he is not supposed to chastise someone who is other than his disciple. He doesn't do that. Why he should do unnecessarily? So that's why he is silent actually. Doesn't mean that he doesn't know anything, what is right and what is wrong. If people are not ready to accept, then why he should unnecessarily create a disturbance in their mind? That is not necessary. But at the same time, as a leader, those who are in management principles, there are those who are doing management service, they have to sometimes chastise people for their wrong behaviors, for their wrongdoings. If things are not done properly, then how things will be menaced in the temple. So we cannot be silent all the time, at the same time. So then in that situation, a Vaishnava need to be very expert in his dealings. That he is going to speak something which people at least, on the surface they should not feel, oh, why he is speaking like this. But he should deal with him. For example, we can take an example. Maybe we find somebody who is not behaving properly, and that is happening number of times, repeatedly. Instead of chastising him in public, he calls him to a private place, and then he has to holds a friendly discussion. My dear devotee, my dear Prabhu, or Mataji, I have been you behaving like this, and he gives such an example that in such situation you did like that. Actually, I don't understand why you are behaving like this. Because I thought of like this. He has to explain his kind of, approach. And now please explain to me, why did you behave like this? Something like in a friendly way. Otherwise what happens, always if we are trying to behave as a chastiser, finding fault and always going with a stick, they will not like it. Because everybody is an adult. They have their grown-up mind, ego, and when we speak to them, they don't like it. So in that way, Vaishnava, he knows. That's why another quality, he is expert, daksha. That means he knows when to become a lion, when to become a cat. In management language, we say like that, right? So, in that way, he has all the good qualities of the Supreme Lord, and he is qualified to do his service. So, the essence is, when we practice this Navadha Bhakti, our Bhakti means Navadha Bhakti, actually pure devotional service. Sravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, that is actually devotional service. Why? Why that is pure devotional service? Because the chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra, that is Krishna's name. Reading Bhagavatam, this is pure devotional service. These are all pure devotional service. But one should not practice these devotional activities keeping some fruitive desire to achieve, to attain. Then that becomes troublesome. Our mind will not become purified. It will take long time, we can say, at best. If he is doing like that, it will take long time. It's better to perform pure devotional service without getting it mixed. As I gave the example, sometimes people say, oh, as a grahastha, we have to maintain our family. How can we not have any desires? It's impractical actually. No, don't mix those desires. Yeah. What is bhakti and what is karma? Karma is what I am doing for myself. Bhakti means for the Lord. Very simple. If I am mixing these two things, that's not good. So when I know that I am a grahastha, I have to perform some duty and I have to maintain some material desires also, otherwise I cannot maintain my family. Right? A grahastha, if he does not have any desires, he cannot maintain his family life actually. He has to have. But how much to have what? Like you are cooking a vegetable and making a sabji, how much salt you should put? If you are adding more salt, you can't eat it. Right? Similarly, how much desire you should have? Why grahastha life? Grahastha life is actually to burn out karma kashaya. Grahastha life is meant for burning out our material desires. Not that cultivating material desires. There's a platform to cultivate our material desires. So if these concepts are clear, he knows this much I have to get involved in maintaining my family. At the same time, I have to spend more time or predominantly engaged in practicing Krishna consciousness. When these concepts are very clear, then he is successful. So, we have few more minutes. Maybe if you have any question or comment, we can discuss. Yes, Mataji. Thank you. Yeah, you can speak. Hmm. Hmm.
So nasta praishu abhadrashu.
Hmm.
Praishu means almost. So what's missing? What more needs to be done? Why is it that hearing Bhagavatam, serving the pure devotee, it almost completely destroys, but it seems that there's something left. So what is left and how to take care of that also?
Actually, nashta prayesu abhadresu nityam bhagavata sevaya. Then Bhagavati Uttama Sloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki. After that, what is the next verse? Tadarujastamabhava kamalabhadastaje cheta itere naviddam stitam satya prasidati evam prasanna manasa bhagavad bhakti yogata bhagavad tattva vijnana mukta sangasya jayate. There is a series of verses actually, which explains when one actually start practicing pure devotional service, then he is gradually getting purified. And the purification, when it is kind of almost going to be nil, means there is something remaining that is not in the hand of the sadhaka, that he can become by performing devotional service. He is thinking, I can be completely become purified by my own practice of Krishna consciousness. Because even in Nectar of Devotion, Srila Rupa Goswami explains that one should not think that because I am practicing the sadhana bhakti, that's why definitely I will get the mercy of the Supreme Lord. No, there is no such practice actually. Prabhupada's comments like that. Then somebody might say, oh, why it is? Then why are you asked to follow this Mangalarti, chanting and all this? What is the use of doing this? If you cannot do and this cannot help? No, the point is here, you should simultaneously execute your duty and remain dependent on the mercy of the Supreme Lord. The last touch, finishing touch, is going to be done by Lord Himself. That price, that little bit which is still remaining, that will be removed by the Lord Himself, by His mercy only that will happen. Otherwise you see, like Jashoda Mata, she was endeavoring to tie Krishna, but she could not. He is a mother. He is Krishna's mother. She could not do it. At the same time, mercy was also required, so that she could tie the Lord. So that is the thing. Otherwise, somebody is thinking, oh, he is very puffed up, that you can think you can become very 100% successful. No. Lord's mercy is required. That prior to, at the last moment, Lord's intervention is necessary. Our Lord is going to remove the last part of the remaining contamination will be totally eradicated. Then, evam prasanna manasa bhagavad bhakti yogata bhagavad tattva vijnana mukta sangasya jayate. So, that is the way that while reading Bhagavatam, chanting, we do, that is the devotional service we are asked to practice by our Guru, by our Acharya, founder Acharya. At the same time, we should be fully dependent on the mercy of the Supreme Lord. Yes, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much for the wonderful lecture, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, we have been practicing Krishna consciousness for since quite some time. I wonder how do we find out that we are making a progress or good progress, better progress, best progress? Like we are going somewhere, then we know that this much kilometer is left, So from that perspective, when we are practicing, we have some goals to, going back home, back to Godhead. So how do we find out that, okay, practical ways that this is where I am and this is where I have to go and this much progress I have made? Thank you.
One thing is like first thing is a sadhaka should always remain sincere. That's the one thing he should always continuously he should work on that, maintaining his sincerity. Okay? Sincerity I don't have to explain, means without being duplicitous. Okay? He continues practicing Krishna consciousness, and then while being sincere, he chants, he reads Srimad Bhagavatam, or in the association of the devotees, he will be able to realize these facts, what he is lacking. For example, if he is sincere, then sometimes he will feel that my chanting is not still up to the standard. While reading Srimad Bhagavatam, he will come across a certain point, he will able to see himself within what kind of bad thing he is having. In the association of the devotee, when he hears, he will be able to point out where he need to improve. Sometimes you have seen some devotee, they say on their own, Prabhu, I think I am not actually progressing. That's a good sign actually. At least he is able to detect that he is not growing. That is the sign of progress. On the other hand, somebody who is not able to see that he is not growing and he is feeling self-contented, everything is well and good, flourishing in his life, he is actually not growing. So these are the indications that he should know. If I am always happy, I don't feel there is anything lacking in me in Krishna consciousness, that means there is something wrong with me. In the association of devotees, by hearing, I say, oh, then that's good. If in the association of devotees I am not able to see that means I am not growing. So it is being eaten up by aparad. Bhakti is stunted now. Jadi Vaishnava aparad uthati mata upadeva chinde tar sukhi jai pata. Tate mali jatna kari kare avaron aparad hastir jaiche na hoy udgam. Kintu jadi lata range uthe upasakha bhakti mukti vancha jata sankyatar lekha nisiddhachar kuti nati jeev himsan la pujar pratishtha jata upasakha. Anyway, sek jal paiya upasakha badi jai, stabda haiya mool sakha badi te na paye. Sek jal paiya upasakha badi jai. You practice Krishna consciousness, automatically as a byproduct you will get all this la pujar pratishtha, a lot of opulence sometimes also a devotee may get. These are all byproducts of bhakti. Yes, Shekjal Paya Upasakha Badi Jai, which is not required. If somebody is chanting and he is thinking of money, Krishna will give him money. Definitely he will give. Because he is all giving, no? He is Krishna, he is all encompassing. How can he not give? But what happens is, then these upasakha, these unwanted weeds, they are growing. And stabdahya mool sakha vaditina pai. Like he is happy in material field of life, he feels, oh, everything is well and good, but he is not able to see that his devotional life is affected. Bhakti is not growing. So, first thing is just to be sincere. With sincerity, when he chants, reads, in the association of devotees, he will be able to see where he is lacking. Or in other words, if many weeks, months are passing and I don't feel anything lacking in me in Krishna consciousness, that means there is something wrong. I should know this. Okay? Oh, one more question.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, I was thinking in relation to that last line, mano ratena sata davato bahi. You mentioned that sometimes we're studying Shastra, but it's just on the manorath, it's just on the chariot of the mind. It's just like an intellectual exercise. It's not going to the heart. It's not, awakening our spiritual identity and all that. So what's the key to actually unlocking that and being able to go inside and not staying, in davato bahi, running outside?
Yeah. That mostly, Vaishnava, they don't do what you said, that they are concocting on the explanation, the inner meaning. That's mostly jnanis. They, on the intellectual capacity, they try to kind of twist some meaning. But the key to unlock is that we should not try to explain anything without following the acharyas. Otherwise, there is a tendency, we will always tend to think, to explain things as it suits us. Because that's the kind of taste of a conditioned soul. The mind is always tuned with that kind of practice for many, many lifetimes. So mind will always try to present that kind of ideas to us. So therefore the best thing is we should kind of, okay, how the acharyas have explained this. Like as we said, Bahi. Bahi means what? This Bahi is La Puja Pratishtha. Very, very clear. That is not related to Krishna consciousness. So similarly, the main key is we should know that I am studying this literature following the thoughts of the predecessor acharyas. Like you see in one verse, Sridhar Swami has given commentary, Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur has given commentary, Vijayadhwaja Tirtha he has given commentary, Jiva Goswami has given commentary, Baldev Vidyabhushan has given commentary, even 10th canto you find Sanatana Goswami has given commentary. So then, one verse so many acharyas have analyzed, how they have understood it. Or if I am not able to understand, then one who has understood it, let me hear from him. Because not everybody can understand Sanskrit. So what to do? Then at least those who know, then we can understand from them. Otherwise there will be always some sort of leniency from my mind side to speculate on the philosophy. Especially those who are intellectually, sharp, they always try to find their own conclusion. It will become difficult. Krishna consciousness is very sweet when you are a follower. And initially we become a follower, then we become the follower of our mind, then when you become the follower of your mind, it will bring to a desert. You will find no water. That's a problem. But initially when you are going towards the desert, you are still enjoying. Maybe I am going in a good direction. But until you find yourself in a place where there is no water, then you feel, oh, it's so difficult. Therefore always it is always safe to understand this, especially Bhagavatam. Like Prabhupada, he said, why Bhagavad Gita as it is? It's a very interesting point actually. As it is, Prabhupada has translated Baldev Vidyabhushan's commentary. And sometimes he has spoken from Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur also. Sometimes he has spoken from Bhaktivinoda Thakur's also. And our Sridhar Swami's commentary also. Yes, he has taken all these commentaries. He has not spoken something from his own. He has always followed. That's why it is as it is. Even Bhagavatam, mostly Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur's commentary. You can see, right? He is an acharya, he has established this worldwide organization. He has not commented anything on his own. We should not try to become the next acharya, to write our own Samhita. It's not required actually. Whatever is necessary, it is already there by the acharyas, predecessor acharyas. So you were staying in Dallas now? So what's your plan? But you should also have some plan. You are no more staying in Gainesville. Here's a question. Oh, yes, sorry, Babuji.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. My question is, so you were speaking about, as grihastas, we should have some desire, enough salt to make the nice prasadam, not too much so it's untasteful. And so we understand that renunciation for the devotee isn't no activities, but it's activities for the pleasure of Krishna. So my question is we might gain some attachment for these activities for Krishna or service. What is our checks and balance so that we understand that, oh, as a grihastha, I have some attachment for my service to Krishna, and it doesn't become, actually, we're an illusion that it's for ourselves, for our own benefit.
Sadhu, want to know checks and balances. There is no check and balance, black and white like that. See what is happening. We are already in the ocean of material existence. You know what is the ocean? Ocean. Yes. Means what? What is the meaning of ocean? It's a vast body of water, and what kind of wave is coming, maybe great turmoil, right? You don't know what kind of wave is coming next. Can you make a check and balance that what kind of waves will come? But there is only one way, that is, you need to have a spiritual guide, who is Guru. That from in time to time, we will be facing with different types of challenges. The challenge means, you see, when one takes up Krishna consciousness, he solves the problem, the same problem will appear to him in a different way. He will not be able to recognize that even. That happens actually. Because Krishna, he will put very strong test until he gives clearance to come back to Godhead. So, that's why I said that there is very hard to find what is check and balance. Check and balance is those who are realized souls, the gurus, they understand, and when you go and talk them for a particular case, it's a case study. One case study has one solution, another case study has another solution actually. Like one disciple goes to Guru, he said, Guru Maharaj, I want to get married. Guru Maharaj says, yes, you should get married. Another disciple goes, he said, no, you don't get married. Right? Why? Not that there is check and balance like that. No, he has to make a study of the analysis, he has to analyze the situation. And then he has to tell you how to deal with the situation. So it depends from case to case. There is no one answer for this kind of thing that you tick like this. There are some principles, like one principle is, okay, you endeavor for your life sustenance as much as required to remain alive. That's a principle. Now here again, how much? What to do? So from case to case it will again vary. For that you need to go to your spiritual guide. He has to tell you. He will talk to you and he will understand. One disciple goes to Guru, he said, Guru Maharaj, I want to worship Lakshmi Devi. Guru Maharaj said, okay, you worship Lakshmi Devi. Another disciple, no, don't. Our principle doesn't allow. We also know that why you go to Krishna asking for your material benefit. But sometimes, kama sarva kama moksha kama udaradi. So how to understand? It's like contradictory. No, it's not contradictory. That's why you need a guru. To explain in different cases, there are different solutions. How to approach, how to navigate this material life. So it will be case specific. The principle, as I said, is kamasya nandriya priti labha jiveta javata. Then jivasya tattva jigyasa narthajasya karmavi. Kamasya no indriya priti. Life desire should not be directed for sense gratification. Means, I am eating, that's also a sense gratification. Sense gratification doesn't mean that always having some gross activities. No, even eating is also, I am gratifying my body. That's an enjoyment for my body also. Now how much? Just to survive, remain alive. Now the next question, why you want to remain alive? Jivasya tattva jigyasa. To cultivate Krishna consciousness. Even though this is the principle, but when you see the detailing will vary from person to person, from different case to case. Make sense? Okay. If you understand, then we are happy. Okay. So Sadhuji, what is the next? Next is tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning, that's the main class. And then throughout the whole day we are free. Feasting? Feasting? No feasting tomorrow. So what time is the Abhishek tomorrow? What time is Abhishek? 8 p.m. Oh, okay. So you will do Abhishek to this small deity, right?
Yes.
So where you will do? You will bring them outside or in the altar? There. Okay. Thank you, Prabhuji. I was waiting to meet you, so you came. I'm happy. Nityananda Prabhu, he was speaking about you. I said, yes, I will meet. He is sick. He is not able to come. Huh? Yeah. So.
Yeah.